and the news actually is pretty exciting all over the world. So thank you for letting us come in here today on a race day like this. I know everyone's busy. We have some exciting news about the next step of Trackhouse Racing, and so we have with us the founder and owner, Justin Marks, and we have Shane Van Gisbergen, who after 12 months we've all learned how to say his name correctly, which is fantastic. But I want to thank some of the folks from Chevrolet who are here, who've been really the cornerstone of this whole company. When we started this, one of the goals was to have a key partner and find the right key partner, and we have found that with Chevrolet, and it's their foundation of our company that helps us move into the direction that Justin's getting ready to tell you about. So Justin, why don't you go ahead and make the announcement?
Yeah, it's a great day for the company. Obviously, being able to announce that we're expanding to a third full-time Cup Series entry in 2025. And most exciting thing for me about it is that we're able to announce that Shane Van Gisbergen is going to be the full-time driver in the Cup Series for us next year at Trackhouse, as we expand from 2 cars to 3. And these moments are always special, especially since 48 months ago this was a Tennessee limited liability company with $500 in the bank and sort of an idea, and being tied trying to figure out how to do it. So for us to come in as a 1-car team in 2021, make the acquisition of Ganassi, expand to 2 teams, win 7 races in the next 2.5 years after that, and then have some great partners come on and just sort of continue this amazing journey of building a great company here. This is obviously a huge moment. So really thrilled and excited that Shane put the trust in us and made a huge commitment in leaving a very successful career in Australia and New Zealand and move to a new country and sort of start over, and put his faith and his trust in us. Means a lot to us, and he's put in a tremendous amount of work. Great human being, very talented race car driver, and somebody with an incredibly bright future. So we're very excited to have him here. It's also kind of unique about this is that this is a neat moment for Project 91. I mean, Project 91 was it was a program to bring incredible talent from around the world to the NASCAR Cup Series and see if we could do something special with it. And obviously, Shane going to Chicago and being the first winner in 60 years on debut in Project 91, and then make the move over, make the commitment to Xfinity Series this year and a bunch of Cup races, and then be able to turn that into a full-time Cup Series ride in 2025 is just a really cool moment in the story of Project 91. So we're very excited. We're thrilled that he's accepted the offer and made the commitment, and looking for big things in 2025. So over to you, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, afternoon everyone. It's been pretty awesome 18 months, I guess, now, and yeah, it's been a huge life change, as Justin said, and everything he said was going to happen has happened. So yeah, I never thought it would happen this quick, and I'm very glad we've done the learning year this year in Xfinity. Corlig Racing been great to work with, and then also a lot more races to finish the year now. But it's been a huge learning experience, but just excited to get full-time in the Cup Series next year and working with Trackhouse, and how fun that's been this year, the way everyone goes racing, the attitude in the place, and it just resonates from the top with Justin and Ty, the leadership there. It's you just feel it through the place. It's a really cool team to be a part of, and hugely excited about it. Got a lot of work to do, and it's not going to be easy, that's for sure, but I'll keep pushing, and hopefully fit in pretty good next year. Can't wait.
Justin, just a couple of things that have come across in the last maybe even 30 days is talk a little bit about, as you look at Trackhouse Entertainment Group now, and you look at all the different regions of the world that are now represented under that banner.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely an element to the story here that's we take a lot of pride in. I mean, we're going to be full-time Cup racing next year with 3 cars with drivers who are born in 3 different countries, which I think is a pretty amazing thing for this sport. It's an amazing thing for where motorsports is today, and we're thrilled and honored to be stewards of international diversity at the top level of motorsports. I mean, I've said this a couple times now. With MotoGP. And our MotoGP lineup next year and our Cup Series lineup next year, Trackhouse has a roster of athletes that represent Mexico, New Zealand, the USA, Spain, and Japan, which is a pretty incredible thing for for a motorsports company, and we take a lot of pride in that. So we just continue to tell a great story. Try to get really great people in the house with diverse backgrounds, great stories to tell, compelling personalities, and at the end of the day, just really dedicated hard workers.
Yeah, Shane, for you, just coming over here and you're racing against people you've never met before. And I remember when we were in Chicago, you were trying to read the names on the back of the windows just to remember, who you're trying to race in that corner. Talk about a year later, now that you've been around these guys and how much you've learned, and also some of the respect that you see between yourself and some of these other drivers.
It goes both ways. Didn't you have to Google me when Justin brought my name up? Yeah. It's a different world, and it's you're still car racing, but it's a completely different sport. And as I said, learning so much this year, and got 2 recent examples of people, I guess, come through. Marcus Ambrose and Juan Pablo, similar backgrounds, and Juan did 3 or 4 races in Xfinity and then full time into Cup, and Marcus took it the slow route. So we're kind of in between, and I think the way we've done this is the right way with all the processes. And even though the Xfinity car is very, very different to a Cup car, I think it was 100% worth it. Learning all the tracks, all the places, the terminology, metric versus imperial. That's been tough, but it is. It's a massive learning year, and I just got to keep building on it and keep improving every week. And had a little kind of setback, I guess, in Xfinity, losing our crew chief, but we've got to get that momentum built up, and I'm still fully focused on getting a great result in the playoffs and keeping that momentum into next year. So it's pretty exciting times.
So one other element to this is, as you expand the team, you have to dig deep and start thinking about, well, what's going to be the number, and how do you take this into the next level and something of some relevance. And so I want Shane and Justin to go over here, and we're going to unveil the number. So you photographers around.
Let me just say one thing about that before we unveil the number. One of the things that's important for driving, the numbers are important. Numbers are important. They're a big part of the branding in the sport. Numbers represent history, and they represent legions of fans and historic drivers and historic moments in the sport. And I think we don't take our number choices lightly. And when we chose the 99 car to begin with, there was a responsibility that came with that, and that's wins with Carl Edwards and with Gisbergen and a lot of great drivers. Same thing with the 1 with Kurt Busch and Jay McMurray and a bunch of drivers. And when we think about the numbers and we think about our history and the number, it's important for us to honor that history, and it's important for us to add to the winning legacy of that number, which we've done with the 1 and we've done with the 99, and we intend to do with the new one.
Here we go. For those who can't see, it's the 88. That's for those of you in the press box.
You can feel it.
So, Justin, do you want to tell a little bit about the process of this? Having, wanting to do the right thing, talking to the Hendrick group, talking to Jeff Gordon, talking to the Earnhards.
Yeah, I mean, when I called Carl Edwards when, the end of 2020, and I said, we're starting this Cup team, we want to run the 99 number, and I want to, tell you that we're doing this, and obviously get your endorsement of it and get your support for it. And we did the same with the 1, and we've done it with the 88, talking to the folks at Hendrick and to Dale Jr., who I was just texting an hour and a half ago, and it's important for us to have the endorsement. A great exchange with Dale Jr. saying, like, look, it's not my number. I mean, I added to the legacy of it. It's important to me personally, but he was proud to see it in good hands, and that's just something that's super important to me and to this company.
I got a phone call from Jeff Gordon one day, and he says, "Did you talk to me about it, Marshall, about it? I know you talked to Dale Jr. Have you talked to Kelly yet? Kelly Earnhardt?" I went, "No." He goes, "She's the boss. Call her now." And so I want to thank Dale Jr. and Kelly for letting us get, and there are just some amazing drivers attached to that number, and so it is a lot of responsibility, and we certainly accept that. So we're going to open it up to some questions here for the next 5 to 10 minutes.
This is Custom Pat Chats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.